Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Mark. Mark is from Australia. So let's see what Mark has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Mark. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, William. Yes, and yourself?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, tell me, how was your day today?
Today was pretty quiet. I just spent it here inside, really. It's winter here, so yeah, just doing a bit of artwork and eating and yeah.
So, tell me, where are you from, Mark?
Well, I'm from Australia. I live in a small country town called Karoi, which is in the southeast corner of Queensland. Yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
about 20 kilometers inland from the coast, from Noosa.
I
I don't know
see.
if you're familiar with Noosa at all.
No, so tell me a little bit more about your town, where you're born.
Well, I wasn't born here. Actually, I was born an hour and a half's drive north of here, a rural town called Maryborough, which
Okay?
is also where P.L. Travers, the author of Mary Poppins, where she was born. Yes.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I moved out of Maryborough in my early 20s. I had a calling go west, young man, so I drove all the way over to Western Australia. It took me 3 days. Um, and I just went there for a 2-month holiday and I stayed there for 20 years. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. Yeah. The,
And
the, the place has a place in my heart for me. Yeah.
wow. And why is that? Why do you think that this trip took 20 years for you to be there? What was about the place? Was about the people? Was about the scenario?
Yeah, yeah. Look. People. I just felt I needed a change. I needed to do something for myself, for me to grow as a person.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was aware of my sexuality, but moving over there, like it, things expanded, like things evolved. I went to my first gay bar. Um, yeah. Um, and yeah, I had a very low self-esteem. And yeah, over those 20 years, I I I came out in a kind of biggish sort of way.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
so interesting when life takes us in a direction, in a place that you're not expecting, and suddenly you find your place there, you find your confidence there, you find friends, people cross your life, and suddenly you find your way of living in a place where you're meant to be.
Yep. Yep. And I so felt that about Perth. In fact, there were times, and it was a little scary at times when I had this feeling of deja vu. I was looking out over the city, and all of a sudden it just felt weird that like I've
Oh.
been here before.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. It just made me literally go back to one memory in my life. So when I was 19 years old, I left Brazil. I moved all the way to Portugal, to Europe, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think it was my third day in Portugal. And I remember came back from work. I know I wasn't working at the time yet. So I remember coming back home, and I remember lying down in my bed, and I remember I just look on the rooftop, and I was like, oh my God, I've been here before. I remember the deja vu. I couldn't believe. I was like, oh my God, I remember this bedroom. I remember this place around me. I remember everything, the color of the tower hanging there. Everything was like so real. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I
Yeah.
remember the very first deja vu I had when I arrived in Europe. That's incredible. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
And what do you do for work for living, Mark?
Sorry.
What do you do for work for living?
Well, I've retired now, and
Mhm.
I just focus on my drawing, on my artwork.
So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about your artwork.
Well, it was something that was always it was always in the back seat.
Mhm.
When I went to Perth, wasn't actually working. Like I said, I had a very low self-esteem. I didn't think I was able to become part of the workforce, but I applied for a job at this park called Kings Park, which is right in the centre of Perth. It's just under 1,000 acres of bushland right in the centre of the city.
Wow.
And yeah, I got a job there as a gardener, and over the years, I just got promoted, a lot of experience, etc. Until I became a park management officer there, which is like a basically a glorified ranger. But
Wow.
during this time, I was always doing my artwork, you know. I got involved in a couple of group exhibitions, and then I became a part of a gay art group called That Way Inclined. We had a couple of group exhibitions. And then when I eventually came back here to Queensland, my home state, I um, I I still had that interest there. And I had a couple of exhibitions, one in Sydney for the 2000 Mardi Gras, and one in Melbourne 2 years later.
Wow.
But then I was involved in a relationship and renovating a house, etc., etc. But it was always there in the back of my mind. And I eventually, yeah, had another couple of jobs, and when I was released from my last job, I was working in concierge at a big resort here.
Mhm.
I took that as a an open door, yeah, and I thought, well, this is the opportunity now to focus on my work. So yeah, I did what is called a NEIS scheme here with the government. It's a new enterprise incentive scheme, basically teaching you all the about setting up a business for yourself. And I had the idea of setting up my art as a business.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so that gave me a bit of grounding in kind of getting my head around putting myself out there as an artist. And of course, then with social media, Instagram and Facebook, that
Yep.
has helped me to, yeah, well, get on a couple of platforms, reach a wider audience. And it's been going along really nicely. Mm.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Okay, Mark. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your arts and also about your life so far. Okay.
yeah, sure. Mm.
Amazing. So before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, I'm an avid music listener.
Okay.
That's like I just love music. I've been collecting music since 1969.
Wow. Amazing. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's
yeah,
very interesting for sure. Very interesting.
yeah, and yeah, yeah, it's music is a big part of my life actually. It's always there when I'm drawing. Like this is I have my desk set up there. It's like a the controls in an aeroplane. I've got my drawing table here, the lights and the music, and the music is always there. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Mark, Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Oh, well, we'll try, yeah. We'll
Amazing.
try, William. Yeah. Mm.
Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have
Thank you.
here my best friend. Of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax before the first question, all right?
Okay then. Okay.
Let's do it. Right, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah. Okay then.
Right, first question for you is, what is the most dramatic argument you ever had?
The most dramatic argument I've ever had.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. With an ex, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Long gone. Sorry, I can't go into details.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, with an ex, and yeah. Mm. Mm.
When you think about yourself, Mark, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being yourself?
I think my just giving over to my willpower, letting my and trusting in my intuition,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I've learned over time that if you don't, yeah, you can come a cropper. So I'm pleased, yeah, about that in myself, that I've learned to listen to myself, and yeah.
And you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that before you were not confident with yourself. You find, yourself a bit later, moving cities, moving town. So tell me, why is that? How did you find a way to, to come out of your shelf, to become a more confident person? Did something happen, or it just happened naturally?
Yeah, no, as a young child, I had a bone disorder, and I used to have one leg longer than the other,
Okay.
and yeah, that kind of developed, um, and I was really skinny, and so all that just didn't, all that added up to a very low self-esteem. And I was tended to, I was mollycoddled by my parents, who were absolutely beautiful people and still are. I still have my mum. And yeah, both mum and dad loved myself and my two sisters unconditionally. And but I found the mollycoddling was just a bit much in a way, and I felt that I really needed to find myself, I suppose, away from all that. And that's why that's why when I was able to, I bought my first car and drove as far as I could to the other side of Australia. Yeah.
Wow.
And that was all part of the yeah, growing. Also before I'd left, I was seeing a herbalist, an iridologist,
Mm-hmm.
um, who had prescribed a lot of trace elements. So this actually helped to change my sort of physical
Mm-hmm.
um, side of things, and I kept that up when I went to Western Australia, and I suppose that when I was over there, I thought, well, yeah, I wanted to get into the gym, and also getting a job helped all that. It helped with the growth and all that, and also when I eventually became a park management officer, I was doing talks, giving talks, and to the various bodies around Perth, just promoting the park really.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was like quite an experience really. Yeah.
Amazing. Next
Mm.
question. Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, you always can dance with me.
Okay.
Next question is, what would be your ideal day?
My ideal day or date?
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
My ideal day would just be having it with my man and my mum, I suppose.
Oh, that's sweet.
Mm, mm.
Oh,
Having a lovely day with them both. Yeah.
wow. See.
Mm.
And your man, your partner is from Queensland as well?
No, no. He lives interstate. We
Oh,
uh, yeah, 340 kilometers away.
wow.
But there are circumstances that keep him there. There are circumstances that keep me here.
I see.
So yeah, yeah. Um,
Okay. So let's see that he's watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say?
I love you very much, David. Mm.
Sweet. Very sweet. Next question, Mark. Let's do it. Before the next question, Mark, tell me
Yeah.
what's the biggest joy of being an artist? Tell me what do you like the most about when you are doing your drawing, when you are expressing your arts, your pure self. Tell me what you like the most about.
When I'm actually when I'm in that zone
Yeah,
with the music and the drawing is coming together, that's a great sensation when I can see that it's actually coming together. But I have to say, once a piece is completed, particularly a very complicated piece, that yeah, that's that's good. That's great. Mm.
and the opposite. What do you find most challenging about your career as an artist?
Um, I find sometimes just trying to keep up with the social media demands sometimes that can be a bit challenging. Um, but it's a challenge that I'm prepared to, yeah, go along with because, you're on this platform, so you need to maintain it in some way or another. So, yeah.
And for you to create your art, do you need to be in a certain moment on a certain part of the day, or for you can happen anytime? How does it work for you?
Well, it can happen any time. It just depends when Mojo knocks on the door. But I love drawing in the morning,
Hmm.
but um, because I usually connect a lot with my platforms sort of late at night,
Yeah,
I don't get to see the morning very much.
interesting.
But yeah. Oh well.
Next question is, which movie had a big influence on you?
Which movie?
Had a big influence on you?
Ooh, there was many. I love movies. I really did. But Walt Disney's Fantasia, way back. That was that had yeah. I mean, we're going way back.
But why? What was the magic about the movie that had a big influence on you? Why is that?
Well, there was the animation, of
Mhm.
course, and just the imagination, and creating the narrative with images. Yeah, that was something that really appealed to me. Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm.
Ready for another question?
Hmm.
Yeah, let's do
Yep.
it. Next question is, how would your best friends describe yourself?
How would my best friends describe me?
Yeah.
Oh, um, I, I, I don't know. I don't. You'd have to ask them, really. I think sort of caring,
Uh-huh.
because yeah, I yeah, I care a lot about my friends. Um, yeah.
And your best
Off,
friends, they live as well in the same town as you or not?
yes. Well, in the district, in the district, anyway. Yeah. Mm.
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 Tell me something, Mark. How is being gay in the area where you live, in the the district where you live? It's easy to be gay. People they accept it, or can be very tricky sometimes.
Look, it's fine. We just are who we are. Like
Mhm.
I meet up with a couple of other friends at the cafes in town, at the local Return Services League club, and we hug and we kiss, and we just don't care at all. I mean, and it doesn't. It's not an issue. Yeah, it's not an issue. Um, I don't see any guys walking around hand in hand, but like embracing, greeting each other with hugs and kisses. Yeah, it's no problem. Mm. There are quite a few gay people around here. I'm not the only gay in the village. Mm.
I see. Okay. Next question. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark from Australia. Next question is, what makes you most proud?
Ah. Ooh, most proud that I can, despite all odds, I just get up and I just get up and beat the odds, whatever. Yeah, I suppose my resilience and my um, determination to just keep on going. Mm.
And you always been this way?
It's always like yeah, but in small doses. It's quite interesting, Um, and I suppose it's something that this is going right back
Mhm.
to my primary school years. Um, my last grade before going to high school, we had school inspectors that used to go around to the schools, and we had these two guys in our classroom one day, and they said, "Well, next year you're going off to high school, which is be grade 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12." They said you'll be attending two exams during those years, your 10th grade and your 12th grade. If you fail your 10th grade, you'll be a failure for the rest of your life. And me, as a quite an impressionable young kid at that time, I took this on board,
Wow.
and I got to high school. The first 2 years were okay, but by the time of the 10th grade, halfway through the year, I something was just not right, and I couldn't deal with being in the classroom, so I started walking out, and yeah, it led to a few issues because I just couldn't face the classroom. I had no idea what was going on.
Wow.
But eventually, my parents took me along to a child psychologist um, who put me on these little green pills, which I needed. Be, I couldn't go to the movies or anywhere without having these pills. So
Wow.
over a course of during that year, during that, I think I was about 14 at the time. Um, yeah, after a couple of months of taking these pills, I remember reaching up to grab the bottle of pills, and something tweaked inside that I told myself I don't need these.
Wow.
I can get over this. I can deal with this. And so that little moment has kind of stayed with me throughout my life, and yeah, it's kind of pushed me through, and that is that kind of yeah, has helped me really, yeah, push through my life. Mm. Mm.
Wow. But overall, did you like school, Mark, or for you wasn't a good place to be?
I didn't like it. You know, they there was nothing about art in it at all. I mean, there were some aspects, but basically, yeah, it didn't. I was always daydreaming, looking out the window.
Oh,
My yeah, yeah, there like I was fortunate to be in a couple of schools that were kind of had a couple of levels up that I was able to look over the town, you know. So yeah,
wow. Amazing.
mine was elsewhere. Mm, yeah,
Like every artist, our mind is everywhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, so I have three questions left, okay? Let's do it.
Okay.
Before the next question, as you mentioned about being gay, yeah, I'm growing up as a gay boy. When you came out, did something happen or you just felt like, okay, let me be my truly self from now on, let me just, express the way I am?
Hmm. Um, I I I only did 2 years of formal art education. That was in Brisbane. While I was there, I had to catch the train sometimes to go into the college, and I remember seeing this guy who used to, you know, yeah, he was, yeah, I don't know, there was some sort of attraction there. And then one day he walked past me and he had a pink triangle badge on his shirt. And anyway, that lunch hour during that day, because the college was right next to a big park, Queen's Park in Brisbane, and I went in there just for my lunch, and I saw this guy on the other side of this pond. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go and introduce myself to this guy. And so little did I know, but he was coming around to meet me as well. And so we met halfway.
Oh, wow.
And I just went up to him and I said, do you practice what you preach? Yeah, that kind of blew him out. And anyway, yeah, we became friends, and it was through discussions with him and whatnot that I thought, oh, okay, I can do this. And then I remember one weekend I went back home to my parents' place, and I told them, and I like it was I remember clearly it was a Saturday night, and they'd gone out playing darts, you know. And I was working myself up into an unbelievable sort of nervous sort of energy. And anyway, they'd gone to bed, and I thought I have to do this. I have to do this. And I got to the door of the bedroom, and I said, "Oh, look, Mum, Dad, I'm gay." And my mother said, yes, we know, dear.
Oh,
And
sweet.
my father said, and these were his words, "That's okay, love."
Oh my God, I've got goosebumps now. That's
Mm.
beautiful, Mark. That's beautiful. Oh wow. Imagine how powerful this moment meant to you.
Yeah, yeah. Look, absolutely. So, that, oh, it was like this massive weight
Wow.
just came. And look, I've never had a problem with. I've just been myself. I've never had to. Yeah, I mean, when I was working at the park, I never hid who I was. Everyone was aware, but I just didn't go around sort of flaunting it at all. I was just me, I suppose. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful,
Mm.
beautiful. Okay,
Mm.
next question is, what are the
Yeah.
top three things on your bucket list?
Sorry?
What are the top three things on your bucket list?
Top three things on my bucket list for my men and I to go back to Spain.
Yeah.
Um, oh, yeah, I'd like to travel more.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, just to just be really like I'm determined to reach a level in my fitness
Mm-hmm.
that I'm really proud of. So I don't know whether I know a funny sort of bucket list, but that's yeah,
Which
it's more of a goal, really.
which one is gonna happen first between those three?
My fitness, my
Yeah.
fitness goal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Two questions left. Let's do it.
Okay. Mm.
And do you feel like, Mark, when you think about your life right now, do you feel like you are living your best life?
I think close to it. Mm,
Yeah.
close to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to say, William. Yeah. Mm.
Ready for the last question?
Okay.
Let's do it. Last one. But before the last question, Mark, tell me a piece of your art, a piece of your art that you've done that for you it means a lot, or one of you know what I mean. I know it's difficult for you, but tell me one of piece of your art that I've done that for you is like, okay, that's the one that's always gonna have a special place in my heart.
Ah, yeah. There's there's been a few, but there's one piece called The Boss's Boys, which I did quite a few years ago. It it was inspired by me walking past a building site
Hmm.
in Perth before occupational health and safety and welfare had workers, getting basically gearing up. This guy was just in a pair of white work shorts, short shorts, and boots.
Wow,
And he was hot. He was hot. And I did this drawing called The Boss's Boys, based on him.
wow.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
your art is all about the nudity, about the men bodies, or that's what it's about.
For me, it's more about the men's sexuality, rather than the superficial, great bodies, etc. But I really like to express more about the feelings that men have. Yeah, yeah.
I see.
So that's something that I'm trying to explore more. Mm.
Okay, Last question is, what will be the title of your memoir?
Man, Myth, and My Way.
Tell me about it. Man, Myth, My Way.
Yeah, Man, Myth, and My Way. Yeah, the men, because of the and I suppose the mythology that goes behind a lot of those some of those characters, and my way, I suppose the way that I see them, the way that I like to, yeah.
Very good. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's start with family.
Love.
Money.
Yeah.
Okay. Fear.
um, getting over.
Okay. Life.
Life. Enjoy, make the
Love.
most. Love.
Yeah, one word for love.
Embrace.
Okay.
Embrace.
Religion. Okay. Sex.
Hot.
Okay.
Fun.
Politics.
Yeah. Difficult one. On the fence at the moment. Well, not really on the fence. Just complicated.
Okay. Friendship.
Yeah. Necessary.
Desire.
Desire. Within reach.
Okay. Regrets.
You can't have any regrets. No regrets.
Success.
Success. I aspire to. If it happens, it happens. Yeah.
Okay. Happiness.
Yeah, as much as I can, really.
Okay. One word for wish.
Oh, it's not happening for me. Wish. That's a difficult one, William, because like,
Okay.
yeah, because they're like, I suppose because I am kind of happy with what I am, with where I am, sort of wishing. And you don't have to have this in, but my dad used to say, "Wish in one hand and shit in the other."
Okay. One word for Queensland.
Great.
Okay. One word for Australia.
Greater.
Okay. One word for artist.
True.
Okay. And the last one now, if you could define all your arts, yeah, in one word, what that would be?
Complex.
Okay. Let's pretend now I'm gonna go all the way to the US to meet your partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, define Mark in one positive word and one negative word only, what he would say.
What he would say.
Yeah, about you.
Okay, loving.
Yeah.
And irritating.
If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, would be the same answer?
With my mum,
Yeah, would be the same answer?
No, loving, but oh, what's oh no, there's a word right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, but like a word for pig-headed. Pig-headed.
Okay.
And I suppose my partner would
Agree.
stubborn.
Stubborn. Okay, I see.
Stubborn for both of them, really.
I see.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Mark, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that,
Okay.
let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. But before you ask me the question, if I would fly all the way now to your district, your town, what's the place that I couldn't miss it? I should visit. It's a must. Where that would be?
In this particular town or the district?
Yeah, in particular town.
Oh, it's only a small town, you know.
Okay, the district then. So the district, where would you take me?
Mount Timbiwa.
What's that?
It's it's more of a hill, an elevated piece of land between here and Noosa. And there's a great lookout there where you can see Noosa, all the district. It's great. Yeah, I love it there.
Okay, Mark, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, William. What is your favorite comfort food right now?
My God, great question. Great question, Mark. Okay, put me in spots. I love my foods. I love, enjoying foods. You know what? I'm thinking about it now, actually. And actually, after this interview, I'm gonna have some. There's a Brazilian pastry called coxinha. Yeah, there's a Brazilian market not far from where I live, and they do this little pastry called coxinha that's quite popular in Brazil, and actually it's not very healthy, yeah, because it's fried. However, for the last week I had twice already, which is like naughty, yeah. And it's gonna be for the third time because I don't know why. I have these phases where I can be without eating this pastry for a month, but suddenly I just feel like it brings me to my childhood memories. So yes, this actually after this interview, I'm gonna go there to have some because I'm feeling hungry right now.
Good on you. Good on you. Yeah.
But we shouldn't eat very often because it's quite, it's fried and it's rich as well. There's some with chicken, with meat, so you need to be careful. But sometimes I've been, you need to be careful about it. And but this week I've been quite naughty. I've been there in the shop at least twice already because of it.
Right. Okay.
Did you enjoy the interview, Mark?
I did, yes, I did, William, and thank you. It's lovely. I feel quite comfortable chatting with you. Really, it's
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time for the interview. Thanks for being so sweet. Since when I approached you for the first time, you've been sweet, you've been approachable, and you just made memories right now. Yeah, just made memories. Yeah. And it was great to look into your art as well. I've been scrolling, I've been looking in your art, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see you expressing yourself through your arts, and I think people appreciate for sure. And I hope people would go and check it out as well, your arts through your social media or through your through the interview as well. Yeah, hope that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, William. Yeah, thank you so
But
much.
before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yes, look, I had it. It's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, who said something like, "Believe it, and you're halfway there." You know. Hmm.
I totally agree. I totally
Mm.
agree. When you believe it, you're already halfway through of whatever you want to reach in your life, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Sleep well. I know it's quite late in Australia right now. Have a good
Oh,
rest.
this is fine, William. Like I usually don't go to bed for another couple of hours, but I
Thank you so much. It was very sweet to meet you. Thanks
okay,
so
William.
much. Have a good
No
night, okay?
worries.
Take care,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
No, no. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.